Welcome to the place where you are loved when you stick your head in the door and check out what's going on in the sky. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thank you for listening. This really tied together amazingly well when I checked the SpeakPipe messages that had come in and heard one, because today's aspect, the only one today, is at 3:33 this afternoon, Eastern Time. Venus trining the South Node, Venus sextiling the North Node, which is so exemplified in a message that a longtime listener left. I'm leaving her name out, not to disguise it, because she did leave it, and I'm sure she would be fine if I did. But I don't want this to be, you'll hear the message. Just listen to this. This is beautiful.
Hello, Thomas. I want to say thank you. I just listened to your Monday podcast, and I want to say thank you for mentioning Memphis. And I want to say thank you for not using terms like they and them, as in it's their problem over there. I'm a longtime listener. I'm African American, and sometimes in the spiritual community, I don't feel seen, I don't feel heard. But you help me feel heard. I'm also in the military, so I also feel that responsibility that we have as servants. And so I just want to say thank you for your words, and that we are all a part of this culture, and we are all a part of the change that needs to occur. So thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Talk about leaving Thomas speechless. Wow, that did for a while. I had to get my game on just to be able to talk to you again. And it could get emotional again here. And the first thing all of us would like to say is thank you for your service. You are the hero, and we acknowledge you together. I will have to admit that I had to go back and brush up on what was said on Monday. Basically, we were just talking about the connection of Mars and Gemini. There is a division. There is also this angst. I mostly get this on Twitter when I scan over there, protests all over the world of various sorts and various topics. That is so Mars and Gemini, and it is so moving direct that it seems like these are occurring with a much greater frequency. And see, what I like to do is, more so than predict, is look out and align with. Does that align with the astrology? Yes, it does. What we talked about with Memphis on Monday was more of a disalignment or an unalignment, because they released the video on the peak of the moon wobble weekend. Does that validate astrology? Well, yes, it does. But what our dear friend called to say was she feels safe. She feels heard. She feels acknowledged. She feels appreciated. Now, I hope. And here's where this is amazing. What have we been doing on Sunday nights for the last year and a half? Acknowledging, sending love, affirming, and doing it all without any requirements. Just come, you, whoever you are, wherever you are, however you are. Just log in and watch, or watch the replay, or think about what we're doing and do it in your own way. Doesn't matter, just that we're doing it. And what we've been focusing on doing is bringing and uniting the world together through love. So let's ask the question again. Does that match the astrology? Look at the alignment today. Venus in a favorable aspect with the nodes of the moon. Could we lay down that scorpionic south node past? And could we move to love the Venusian-controlled north node in Taurus? Could we become that? Could we emulate that? Could we be that together? You, me, her, us, the next person, the next person. That's what needs to be shared out. Since we've been doing this for a year and a half, I am just so coming to realize that this and what she said is the solution to humanity's issues. And you know, where we are different, the other piece of this is I feel that we can celebrate those differences. We don't have to magnify them as differences. We celebrate them as Aquarian-esque uniqueness. That's what makes us beautiful. That's what makes the world beautiful. It's not all one color. It's not all one flavor. It's not all one temperature. And we can celebrate all of it as God's creation. Well, there's your application of Venus in a favorable aspect to the nodes of the moon. Live it and love it. And I would close with this. I've said many times, you are the best podcast listeners on the planet. and I mean it, and I thank you for being here. Have a wonderfully blessed day, and let's just stand in this beautiful energy of togetherness. And to our special listener, thanks for such a beautiful message.